Hey everybody, how you doing? If you're a regular follower of Oakland News Now and also this Zinni62 YouTube channel, you know that I have presented on a number of occasions examples of where the Bank of America has used the PPP Payroll Protection Program loan process to essentially shake down customers who they claim owe money to them, when in point of fact Bank of America was hired by the SBA and the federal government to be the administration of the loans that ultimately the SBA will pay them for. Now they're sending letters out. In the specific case of Zenny62 Media, we received a $23,750 loan that was a combination of a $10,000 EIDL, it's economic injury. Oh, yes, it's been such a long day, folks. EIDL loan, economic injury disaster loan, and $13,500 in PPP loan. And they had the application that was online in March of 2020, such that if you had applied for the EIDL, they asked you to put that amount in the box. And they combined that with the total amount and produced the $23,750. Now, in fairness to the process, I didn't even know that was going to happen. It was so chaotic at the time, and Bank of America representatives have admitted this. It was so chaotic at the time because everyone was panicking because of the pandemic, and rules were being made and then altered, and websites were crashing, that when I went to the Bank of America branch here, they said, go online to the SBA. So I did, to sign up for the EIDL originally. That website didn't work. So I tried again and it didn't work. And then I tried a third time. And while I was having problems with that, I then went back to the bank and said, hey, is there another way that I can do this? They then informed me about the payroll protection program and said, contact the Small Business Administration. The SBA said, well, who do you bank with? Bank of America. And so came back to Bank of America, which had set up their portal at the time. So all the documents went into that portal, including what I filled out. No one at any time told me not to combine the two loans. Also, no one ever told me that I wasn't going to get, or the company wasn't going to get, an EIDL loan. There was no logical reason to believe that Zenny62 Media was not eligible for a $10,000 EIDL emergency loan. That was the idea, okay? So you combine them together. I used it to pay our vloggers. And we go through to October, after I had also applied for an economic, there's so many of these. This is another type of EIDL, but not the $10,000 one. You know, the one that's in this instance was $20,000, because we were losing clients. We were down to, we had 4. We were looking at a prospect of having 0. Fortunately, we had 1, and then the occasional blip. But the situation was that I thought, well, I'll apply in August for a $20,000 loan. We were granted that. Then in October, I received a contact from a Bank of America representative saying, hey, we're going to pull $10,000 out of your business account if you allow us to. And I thought, what? This is crazy. What are you talking about? And he said, well, you have $10,000 you shouldn't have gotten. I said, based on what? Well, based on that, the loan wasn't for you to get. And I said, based on what? He couldn't answer the question. Then I said, do you remember that time in March? Do you remember how chaotic it was and you were all telling people to go and fill out documents on the SBA pages on the website and they were crashing? He said, yeah. And after a short amount of time, he finally admitted that he himself had to work 3 days, one day without any sleep on the entire matter. It was crazy. So here we are now after the craziness has subsided, right? And Bank of America has done 2 things. First of all, they claim their opportunity to forgive the loan. It's really the SBA's opportunity to forgive the loan. And then they give you the opportunity to have 10% of the loan forgiven, as opposed to the noise that, oh, the whole PPP loan is going to be forgiven, right? That's the noise. But then they say, well, you shouldn't have used the money to pay contractors, after first saying you could use the money to pay contractors, okay? They went through so many rule changes on this. It is not only not funny, it should be considered illegal. It's like the bait and switch. Hey, sign up for this. But no, we changed it so it's that. And then we have President Biden and my Democratic Party not stepping up to the plate congressionally and saying, you know what, we're just going to forgive these. And then Biden comes out and says, well, some of these were done and given to people who shouldn't have gotten them. Based on what? In Zenny 62 Media's case, we own a number of URLs to control our name. That was my idea, right? So I have SBA attorney saying to me, someone there thinks that your firm doesn't exist because you have 2 URLs, zenny62media.com and zenny62media.net. I said, are you crazy? He goes, no, I can't believe that they're doing this. He, of course, shut it down, fortunately. But this is the kind of nuttiness that has gone on and hampered a number of people. It has been explained even by people with organizations like Forbes, for example. That's no fly-by-night media organization. And yet, the Congress of the United States does nothing. The president hasn't done anything to solve this problem. This is a system that's created by the Trump administration, and you would think a democratically run government would want to come in and, hey, fix this to save the bacon of the people who put the president in office from fraud. But no. We're being essentially pushed into this fraudulent situation by a government that is afraid to take action. And I'm going to bet that the reason why Vice President Kamala Harris is having difficulty in getting bad press from the White House is because, for some particular reason, the Biden White House does not want to do the work of actually helping the people who really need the help. And I'll bet you Vice President Harris has made noise about it, and so the administration has tried to shut her down. I know Kamala. I would bet credits to Navy beans that's really what's going on, and it's criminal on the Biden administration's part to put our party in that position with our vice president. It is equally criminal for the Congress, Democrat and Republican, because there are Republicans who recognize this is a problem, a big one, because their constituents are impacted by this too, but not solving. This has got to be solved. We ask people to basically stick their head in a figurative noose, if you will, not knowing it, but all the time saying, hey, we're going to help you during the pandemic. Come on and do this thing. It's really good for you. Oh, yeah. Okay? It's not right. It must be straightened out right now. Bank of America, stop this fraud now. I've said it before. I'll say it again, and I will continue to say it. Stop this fraud. Congress, fix this problem. You know what you do? Forgive the loan, pay Bank of America, and call it a day. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. Oh, and by the way, Bank of America, when you send out letters, like the ones that you sent, okay, mention it's the SBA, because otherwise what you sent looks fake. Because it is. Stop this crap. You're not going to do it this way. You're not going to do it at all.